Hello, welcome to easyodds.com. My name is Ross Casey and I'm here with mastermind of horse racing, Jake Johns, who's been in absolutely brilliant form this year already. He's found the Cheltenham Gold Cup winner, he's found the Victoria Cup winner, he's found the Locking Stakes winner, and this week we're going to move on to the Epsom Derby, and I'm pretty sure that he's going to find some big price fixtures for us. But before we go into it, let's just have a quick overview of what's happening at easyodds.com right now. We've just launched our Ascot app. As horse racing fans that are watching this, I'm sure that you'll be interested in that. We're going to have best odds for every single race at the festival and tips from this man Jake Johns throughout, so make sure that you download that from the iStore right now. And if you're a football fan, of course the Euros is right on the horizon. My tips will be on there, as well as best odds and free bets and offers from our partners, so make sure that you download that. So if you're into both, why not download both from the iStore? The links will be in the description below. And without any further ado, let's get stuck in, Jake, and give us the winner of the Epsom Derby.
Let's move on to the Derby. One of the biggest flat races of the year. Probably the most famous classic in the world. Well, maybe. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Could be. But, anyway, there's been no standout winner or runner, or as the months kind of drew closer and the weeks drew closer to, I knew I was going to have to be starting to think about the Derby, or I've been thinking about it for ages, but I mean, make a video, doing tips and stuff. Yeah. Nothing's been like, yes, this is the Derby winner. Like, this is going to be a short price Derby winner, for no doubt about it. We'll start off with, nothing from Humphrey O'Brien. Mid-term looked the one that could go off quite a short price potentially. Really well bred. Ran really well in the seasonal debut. He was unbeaten and he looked like a real hot prospect, but he came back lame after the Dante, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, nothing came up from AP O'Brien. US Army Ranger, he's still favourite for this. Somehow he's favourite.
He's been in poor form, right?
AP O'Brien has been going on about him. He's been a big hype horse. He was hugely disappointing at Chester. I mean, AP O'Brien can tell me as much as he wants that it was a good performance, but it didn't look like that good a performance to me. I can't have it, to be honest, at 4-1 anyway. I mean, obviously he could be anything, but you're just going on so much hope rather than the actual form, or just knowing that I haven't seen anything good enough to think he's going to win the Derby. I mean, he's really well bred and he's a young horse, but he was a young horse then. He probably will come on for the run, but you know, I'm going against him for this time. We'll start off with Wings of Desire. He's not my tip, but he's the other one on top of market. This is currently around 7-2, 4-1, about the same price as US Army Ranger. Really impressive Dante winner. Really weird, peculiar kind of preparation for this Derby. Apparently he doesn't really show that much at home. That's what John Wasden says. But he won a maiden at Wolves the time before. He went from winning a maiden at Wolves, Class 5, nothing race, over 12 furlongs, to winning the Dante, which is such a big leap, a huge leap. Did it really impressively, came wide round the bend, was off and on the bridle a little bit. Probably, well, I mean, he's going to. I think it possibly could even come on for the run. Won with something in hand at the finish. It was a lot of people are saying that Deauville might reverse the form. He came second in that. Yeah. It was a really decent run from Deauville first time out. I think it was first time out. I'm pretty sure it was seasonal debut. He probably will come on, but I don't fancy him to reverse the form, because I think Wings of Desire could probably even improve again, and he did it quite easily in the end. And Deauville was perfectly placed throughout the race as well by Ryan Moore. Maybe he went to the front a little bit too soon. I just don't think he's going to reverse it, to be honest. But it was just weird. And Frank Dettori got off Foundation, who's a well-known, really good horse, really good 2-year-old, to ride him. And it was just strange. I didn't know what to do with it. I think he won at 9-1 in the end, which was obviously, in hindsight, it's an unbelievably good price. We should have seen it coming, but you know, all he done is won a maiden at Wolves. What we want to do. But yeah.
So overall, would you say a better option than US Army Ranger?
Yeah, I'd say he's a better option than US Army Ranger, but probably not my tip in. Well, he's not my tip in the race. Not my tip in the race. The one that I fancy is Ulysses, trained by Michael Stout. Very expensive purchase. It was a massive eye catcher at Newbury on seasonal debut. He's clearly trained on from 2 till 3, like very classic kind of Stout 3-year-old. Prominently placed throughout the race, kind of hanging in second. And then Ryan Moore just turned the switch, and he was just in about two or three strides. He was 6 or 7 lengths clear. He ended up winning by 7 lengths. He was expected to win. He was a 4 to 11 price, but he couldn't have been more impressed. It would be impossible for someone to be impressed with it unless it was kind of like Frankel standard 2,000 guineas.
Yeah.
I mean, it was unbelievably impressive. It wasn't a terrible race. It was at Newbury, so it's not going to be like it's not a Wolves maiden, but he was good, and it just screamed out Derby horse to me. And straight after the race, I was getting pretty short quotes, but he's been backed massively since then. Michael Stout has been going on about him. He's been hammered in from about, I think he was about 10 to 1 at the start of the week.
Okay.
Now he's now 8 to 1. He'll probably go off shorter, to be honest.
So there you are, listeners. Ulysses' first pick from Jake Johns, 8 to 1, right?
Yeah, 8 to 1, and I think he'll come on for the run. He's got perfect breeding. He's got really good Derby breeding. He should be able to handle Epsom, which is very important. I just think there's a lot going for him, and 8 to 1 is still a pretty good price, and he'll probably get backed. He'll be shorter than that on the day.
Okay.
I assume. I reckon it'll be.
So make sure that you check out the anti-post prices on site.
Yeah, because remember, this is still a week away. We'll be doing an Oaks video next week. Yeah. My tiny concern would be the last time I saw a maiden winner that impressive, Crystal Zvezda, went off 7 to 2 for the Oaks, bombed out, pulled so hard, but she was so impressive at Newbury, and then went on to the Oaks, which is exactly the same as this, but obviously for a filly, and she was. She had an unbelievable turn of foot, similar, but she came from the back, and it was. And then since then she's just shown nothing, like absolutely nothing. She's been terrible. She was rubbish in the Oaks, and then she's been rubbish since then. But yeah, so hopefully it won't be like that. Hopefully it won't be a repeat of that.
There's past history of that, but it's a caveat in that it's not exactly the same. Is it?
Yeah, it's not exactly the same. It's a coal rather than a filly. I think he's a good price. I think he's quite good value, and I think he'll get backed. Toward closer to the date. Next tip, much bigger price. Much bigger price.
Now we're talking.
Humphrey Bogart, currently around 25.
That's not a horse.
Very funny, very funny. Humphrey Bogart, 25 to 1. Rare Derby runner for Richard Harand. He usually sticks around as the kind of sprinters, 8 furlong kind of thing. Had to be supplemented at a later stage by connections because he won the Derby trial at Lingfield, which was pretty impressive for me. He was off the bridle a long way out, and he didn't look the winner 2 to 3 furlongs out, and then he stayed on really dourly, showed really good battling qualities, he showed really good battling qualities. That was a good Derby trial because Lingfield's pretty similar to Epsom, and he ran really well behind that. Before that as well, behind Somi Dar, who unfortunately isn't going to the Oaks, but she's one of the best fillies we got in England, and I mean. She could win this. Somi Dar could have won the Derby this year, and I would say she could have won the Oaks. Somi Dar and Minding are both really good. Minding's lost recently, so I don't know. She did bang ahead on the thing apparently, but I think that Somi Dar is incredibly good. So he came from miles back that day as well, and to get within half a length, Somi Dar did it quite well, but it was only half a length victory. That's massive. That's really impressive form. I think the slightly bigger field will suit him better for a hold-up horse. Should be able to get a bit of cover. He's shown that he can run at Epsom, because out behind Somi Dar that was at Epsom. He's shown that he can run at Lingfield. They're 2 similar tracks. So he's one in the field that you can absolutely guarantee will take to the track, which is very, very important. I mean, there's breeding that goes well with Epsom, and there's breeding that goes well for the Derby, but you can't say they're definitely going to work there well until they've actually done it, and he's already done it. He acts on soft and good. He's currently 25 to 1. It's just a good price. It's just a good price. He's not like a most flashy type of horse. He doesn't do stuff on the bride or anything. But I think he's a good price, 25 to 1. I can see him get placing definitely.
So that's going to be an each way tip.
That's an each way tip. And just one more to cover myself a little bit in case it comes, because the weather forecast is a bit weird. Like I've seen a few. I've got all these different weather things on my computer that I go through, but. BBC, some of them saying there might not be any rain, some are saying there might be a bit of rain, some are saying there's going to be loads of rain. So what am I going to do? How can they be so different? Surely they're using the same equipment, I don't know. But Harand, trained by Dermot Weld, easily won both his starts this season. First one he won absolutely by miles, 16 lengths or something. And then he beat the exciting Idaho, trained by AP O'Brien, very, very easily again. It was only a length and a half victory, but he glided past him. Idaho was pretty unlucky in Leopardstown in the Derby trial there, behind Moonlight Magic, who's running here as well. Where he stayed on a bit too late, but there was no hard luck stories behind Harand, and I think, if it comes up soft to heavy, he's not going to run if it doesn't come up soft or heavy, basically. It's unlikely it's going to come up heavy, but if we get a downpour or it raised loads the day before, or...
So you would advise people keeping an eye on the forecast closer to the race and trying to get the best price possible?
I wouldn't, because some firms are already doing non-run and no bet.
Okay.
So if you go with them, you can't guarantee, but Dunwell has said that he's not going to run if it's any kind of go
so that already covers the basis, so you might as well get the better price now.
Exactly. So if it does come up soft to heavy, there's no chance ever in this world that he's going to be 20 to 1. He'll be half that price.
Okay.
So if it's good, he won't run anyway. If it's soft to heavy, he will run. Excellent. And he has a huge chance because he's unbelievably good on soft to heavy ground. So
make sure that you seek out the non-runner no-bet partners, which will be in our app and also on desktop site, and then pick out Harand at a current price of what's his current price?
20 to 1.
20 to 1.
Yeah. So we've got Ulysses, 8 to 1, win, because it might be an all or nothing. Humphrey Bogart, each way, 25 to 1, could easily place, and might even do a bit better. Harand, 20 to 1, if it's soft, if it comes up soft or heavy. Soft to heavy. Or heavy would be perfect. The softer the better. Downpour, swimming pool.
Swimming pool, please.
Yeah. Swimming pool going would be.
Or, as we've advised, seek out the non-runner no-bet
and also
partners.
seek out the non-runner no-bet.
Excellent. So that's 2.5 tips there from Jake Johns. After, as I said at the top of the video, he's already found the winner of the Cheltenham Gold Cup, the Victoria Cup, and the Lock-in Stakes this season. So make sure that you get on these tips via the app, which is available to download in the iStore. We'll have the link in the description below, and of course, to get these weekly videos from Jake Johns and the football videos from myself, Ross Casey, click the subscribe button, which is above Jake's head.
There's actually one down here now.
Oh no, it's down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was quite dodgy.
Switch the vibe.
It's down here.
So thanks very much for watching. I've been Ross Casey, and this is the Blue Jake Johns.